Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 21 Ultimate Team game. Today we're going to be taking a look at Andre Johnson, the longtime Houston Texan and the new level master for MUT 21. Andre Johnson has X-Factor abilities exclusively available to him only. As you can tell, they have Level Master in front of the X-Factor name. So today we equipped Level Master YAC up on Andre Johnson, because I'm kind of curious to see what the difference between a Level Master X-Factor is and the normal X-Factor. So it's not like the NFL 100 X-Factor abilities from last year where Andre Johnson's going to start the game off in the zone. It's not OP like that. As you see, we start off getting an interception. My opponent puts his hands in the cookie jar, and 32 seconds after the game has started, the game has ended. My opponent ends up quitting. So we're doing work right now. We move on to the next game where now we're on offense. We got Patrick Mahomes winding up, firing a dime. Andre Johnson's got the touchdown. That's going to add one to the counter for YAC up Level Master, and only one because this opponent ends up quitting the game as well pretty early on. So one thing you might notice, if you guys remember the George Kittle YAC up video we did the other day, is that Andre Johnson's X-Factor requirements, it only takes 3 catches of at least 20 yards, as opposed to when we did Kittle, it was 5 catches of 20 yards. So that might be one benefit of having the Level Master X-Factor as opposed to just the normal YAC up, as we get the nice open field tackle on Derrick Henry. This guy's got a pretty solid squad, so hopefully he sticks around for more than half a quarter. He's got Derek Carr at quarterback, 3rd down and 4. Can Carr drive the offense downfield? He's going over the top to Michael Thomas, who is busy early on in this one, as is Derrick Henry, but Henry gets the soul popped out of his body by Ronnie Lott. 3rd down and 10. Derek Carr looking for another big conversion, and he's got it. Derrick Henry continues the workload, and Henry, why not give King Henry the ball and let him tote? Well, because he has 4 rushes for 0 yards, maybe, as Keenan Allen is beautifully defended by Ronnie Lott. 3rd down and 9. Here's Derek Carr, just gonna dump it down to Hunter Henry for the 1st down. Oh, we just cannot get off of the field for whatever reason. Drive stays alive, and Derrick Henry is just gonna jog in for the touchdown. He didn't even really put much effort into that one. He's like, if you're gonna put no effort into the defense, I'll just jog right in, as Tyreek Hill bouncing outside, trying to get sticky. Hill down at the 38-yard line. Kick returns are definitely tough this year, so the fact that we got a return to the 38-yard line, that almost counts as a touchdown personally. As we have Andre Johnson middle of the field, that's a gain of at least 20 yards, so that's going to be 1 out of 3. Now, once we get Andre Johnson in the zone, is there something special about the Level Master YAC up as opposed to the normal YAC up? Well, you're going to have to stick around and find out, right? Because as I'm playing this, I have no idea. I'm going into this completely blind as far as, knowing what happens. 2nd down and 1, we're looking for Johnson, and we find Williams, who is thankfully not going to get both feet in bounds, so it's going to be just an incompletion. 3rd down. Oh, that's heavy traffic, and it's okay. We're getting really lucky here, really lucky. So the Madden God said that you can take some of that luck right back. So Andre Johnson does not possession catch it. Zach Ertz definitely does on the next play, and we end up getting a touchdown. So far, this game is all about the fact that both defenses are playing decently, but for whatever reason, cannot get off of the field. For whatever reason, we cannot get a big hit fumble on this guy, because we are laying the lumber right now. This guy really wants to run the ball with Derrick Henry. Not that he was coming out in, like, single back tight or anything like that, but you come out shotgun, run the ball with Henry a lot, as, Carr's popped as he throws the ball. That's going to be intercepted by Byron Jones. Bring Andre Johnson back on the field. Just some 4 verticals. Johnson's wide open. 1st down, and finally down at the 37-yard line. That's 2 out of 3 on the YAC up X-Factor counter. Can we get 3 out of 3 right now? Johnson downfield behind the safeties, and in the end zone, touchdown Andre Johnson. Level Master YAC up Andre Johnson activated, and check out, so we have 2 downs of Andre Johnson being activated, so that's definitely something to do with the Level Master YAC up, because the normal YAC up, it was in order to deactivate it was to have either an incompletion intended for Andre Johnson or just 3 consecutive passes that did not go to Andre Johnson. So It looks like this one, I think we just have 2 downs no matter what. Even if we throw an interception on the first play, as we get the interception with Minka Fitzpatrick, we have 2 downs with Andre Johnson with this yak 'em up ability, which is interesting. So we're going to put him on a jet sweep and see if we can get a cheap completion here and try to break a tackle, take this one home. But we don't even get that one past the line of scrimmage. Von Miller gets the tackle in the backfield, and he's doing his own dance like he's got his X Factor going. So we're going to put Andre Johnson on the drag here, and it's going to be double, maybe triple covered, and just like that, Andre Johnson is out of the zone. It's going to take 3 more catches to get Level Master Yak 'em Up activated. So we're going to try once again to get that Level Master, if not in this game, then in a different game, to see if we can actually get some animation that is worth having Yak 'em Up. But as far as activating or equipping this level up thing yourself, I don't know why I just stopped for a second there to think about what I was going to say, as if it was some mystery. If you're going to equip this level up or any of the level up X Factor abilities, maybe you think otherwise. The one thing is, I believe equipping these level master X Factors, it doesn't cost any training, so that might be one reason to do it. But one reason not to do the level master and just do a normal X Factor is just, you only get it for 2 downs. So how much can you really dominate the game? Your opponent knows, all right, Andre Johnson for 2 plays, let's just make sure he doesn't beat us. You can potentially use that to your advantage. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not really too big of a fan of it, as far as, you only get 2 downs, right? Like, if they gave him, like, 5 downs, that would have been something to work with. But 2 downs of an ability that allows you to maybe break your first tackle after the catch, as we get the pick 6 with Byron Jones, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not really feeling too hot about this one. So, if anything, I kind of bit the bullet for you guys who wanted to hop into a game. Maybe if you get it, like, the thing is, if you get a different X Factor ability, like maybe Double Me or something like that, one that's, a bit more powerful, that can change a game in 1 play, then, yeah, maybe you put on that Level Master Double Me. But some of these ones, probably not worth doing. So you see we're skipping around in this game right now, since all we're doing right now is trying to get Andre Johnson this X Factor one more time. My opponent tried to do what he can to sneak his way back into this game right now. He's going to need a defensive stop. He's gotten into a 3rd down and 5, but he's got nobody that will be able to contain Tyreek Hill. Gets the 1st down, smartly gets down. We are not so smartly going to try to run one more play, as Mahomes is taken down. Thankfully, we don't lose the ball again, because we already somehow fumbled the ball, which is beautiful. I've been big hitting this guy all game. He gets 1 tackle on Mahomes and I fumble. Like, come on, Madden. Let's, even have to score a little bit. But that's all right, though. We were getting pretty lucky on that first drive. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So you guys see the stats. Andre Johnson, pretty good game. 5 catches for 114 yards. This is not the maxed out Andre Johnson. Andre can get up to either an 89 or 90 overall once you get to level 50. I'm at level 31 or something like that at this point. So our Andre Johnson is pretty decent still. 85 overall. I figured, once I unlock this, Level Master X Factor, I'd show it off to you guys, see what it's all about. That's what we're going to be doing a lot with MUT this year, is trying to, show off some of the dope new cars that come out and see if we can get their X Factor going. Similar to what we did, in the first part of Madden 20, as we get the user pick with Isaiah Simmons. Do not put your hands in a cookie jar, especially when that big boy Isaiah Simmons is patrolling the middle of the field, because Isaiah Simmons is a glitch. And Andre Johnson just should not be this wide open. I don't know what kind of defense this is, but scrap it, throw it out, try again. In the meantime, Andre Johnson, he's got himself a touchdown. We got ourselves a quick 14-0 lead, and we actually have Isaiah Simmons in the zone with his X Factor ability of universal coverage. And look at how well it's working there. Universal coverage last year was just a normal superstar ability that allowed you to play good man and zone coverage, I believe. But this year, universal coverage, oh my goodness, running lob with the forced fumble. This guy's got to go. This guy's got to go. This game is getting completely out of hand. You do not want to get that disrespectful message when someone's up 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, so see you later. But, yeah, universal coverage, it was so OP last year, they made it an X Factor ability. It does the same thing. It's just, you got to activate it now. But as you guys see, universal coverage, when it's popping, Isaiah Simmons almost single-handedly won us that game. So now we move on to what has to be a Seattle Seahawks fan. Marshawn in the gamer tag, Seahawks Stadium, Seahawks jerseys. You got to respect that, but he does have Lamar Jackson at the quarterback position. He does have Will Dissly, though, so he's trying to stay as true as he possibly can to his Seahawks roots. So we're going to try to get Andre Johnson to level up one more time as Todd Gurley's going to get the ball here. This guy was definitely trying to run the ball a lot. Unlike the earlier opponent with Derrick Henry, this guy made his intentions completely clear because he would be coming out in like I form, even on 3rd down and 12. He punts the ball on 4th down. It's like I'm playing Madden 20 for a second here, except for the fact that you can't run the ball as successfully in this game. You can definitely still run the ball. It's just, you know, it's not tote 20, which is good, as we have Patrick Mahomes toting the ball right here. A lot of people are going coverage defense this year, so you got a lot of 3-man rushes trying to contain the outside, so that hopefully will allow us to scramble a bit with Patrick Mahomes, though. Right now, we're really focusing on Andre Johnson. Not doing a great job of it, but we have to do what we can to move this ball downfield right now while Andre is not open. So that means throwing the ball to Christian McCaffrey. Here's Mahomes once again, stepping, taking off, and it's definitely easier to leave the pocket this year with a quarterback who does not have escape artists, which is good because last year, you know, the quarterbacks ran like they had a crap in their pants if they didn't have escape artists. So this year, they made a slight adjustment to the quarterback scrambling, which is nice. That's also nice. Andre Johnson downfield, that's a touchdown, but unfortunately, it does not count towards the X Factor counter. I figured even though we were at the 13-yard line, as long as the ball traveled at least 20 yards in the air, that would count towards the X Factor counter, because I believe that's the way it worked last year for some of the X Factor counters, but not on that play. So we do get the 7-0 lead with Andre Johnson, but we are still 0 out of 3 on the YAC 'em up. And at that point, you know, even if we win this game, man, I don't even care. I'm just trying to get this Andre Johnson thing going one more time to see, you know, if there's really anything special about it, right? Like, can we do something really cool? In the meantime, this guy thinks it's cool to run the ball with Todd Gurley, so he's going to stick with that, but he's going to try to pass this ball as well, and that he does, getting it through, I believe, Levante David, who had great coverage, but not good enough as the tight end chucks to the 11-yard line. Gurley! Sit down, son. Sit down. Isaiah Simmons plugs the gap. Look at Cam Jordan off the edge. That's going to be a sack in this promising drive now as they 3rd down and 17 to its name. Lamar! Whoa. Traffic incomplete. Jalen Ramsey versus Will Dissly. I'm surprised that was only incomplete and not an interception for us. So this year, especially in Ultimate Team, a lot of people are trying to run man coverage right now. You know, man coverage with 2 curl flats on each side of the field, as that's going to be an offsides penalty against my opponent. Doesn't matter. We still have Andre Johnson wide open. Andre's going to go all the way for the touchdown, and we will definitely be declining the penalty, but check out the X Factor counter. It is still at 0 out of 3. How? That was easily more than 20 yards, no matter which way you write it, but since there was a penalty that we had to decline, it doesn't count towards the X Factor counter. Are we asleep at the wheel, EA? Come on, man. Andre Johnson has like 2 nice touchdowns, but still nothing to show for it as far as trying to get this YAC 'em up going. So, yeah, a lot of people, you know, they're trying to run man coverage. You see, I tried to experiment a lot with man coverage the further we got into this video, trying to see, like, how nice it really was. At some point, though, you know, I wasn't running it too nice, so my opponent was kind of cooking now. He's got Ed McCaffrey underneath on the zig route. I believe next play, my opponent goes zig route again, kind of the same exact thing, and it ends up burning us one more time. We had Levante David covering a... I don't care who it was. Levante David probably needs to be out of the field. We're going to be running man coverage like that. That's an unfortunate play. 2-point conversion looked like it was open. Does not work out. So, yeah, man coverage kind of seems to be like the meta thing right now. So, take it for what it's worth. I don't know how long that's actually going to last. This drive's not going to last long because that's an interception for Byron Jones. Trying to lob one up to Andre Johnson. Does not work. And check out this change in the game. Darren Waller, the tight end, one of the fastest tight ends in the league, goes all the way for the touchdown, and it's the Seattle Seahawks who now have a 2-point lead. We were pretty much dominating this game mostly through, but we gave up that 1 touchdown before half. We throw the interception, but then we give up another touchdown, and it's like, yeah, we are now suddenly completely falling apart. Andre Johnson absolutely clamped by Stephon Gilmore. I just had to throw it up to give Andre a chance. Final play of the first half. I was only there there to get Andre a cheap completion of at least 20 yards because our counter, I believe, is still at 0 out of 3 as Mercedes Lewis is getting these pooch kicks. People are still pooch kicking out here, so you probably do not want Mercedes Lewis at your fullback position. You do want Andre Johnson in the slot, and check that out. The counter is actually now at 2 out of 3, so it might have actually updated from that earlier 80-yard touchdown that we had. That's going to be another gain of at least 20. That's going to be YAC 'em up. Level Master YAC 'em up activated. So we got 2 plays to make this thing count. Andre Johnson in motion. We're going to make sure Andre gets the ball. Andre juking by Bobby Wagner and falling forward for the first down. Play number 1 out of 2. Not bad, not bad. Can we make play number 2 work out even more? Well, Andre Johnson's going to lower the shoulder and run a man over. I'd like to think that had something to do with that YAC 'em up X factor. This is absolutely nothing to do with YAC 'em up. It's gone now, but that was the best play we've had with Andre Johnson as far as running someone over. He gets in for the touchdown, so yeah, take it for what it's worth, man. That level master YAC 'em up. Maybe not something you put on Andre Johnson. I don't think this ability really fits Andre Johnson's game too much. Because if you have Andre Johnson, you're probably not going to be putting him in the slot like I do. I really only have Andre Johnson in the slot for this game or this video because for me personally, I feel like I have my most success throwing to the slot receiver. So I put Andre in the slot. But, you know, a big body like Andre is probably going to be playing on the outside for most people's teams. So yeah, so now we're in late third quarter. We do have the lead. We got to focus on trying to win this game now that we've gotten our 2 plays with Andre Johnson. And my opponent keeps on attacking the seams right now. It looks like he's got his own Andre Johnson. Now he's running the ball with David Johnson, and he fumbles the ball with David Johnson. Awkward play because it wasn't even a big hit that knocked the ball out. But we are able to get the fumble recovery nonetheless. Downfield, Andre wide open. Accurate pass, maybe not, because yeah, that pass absolutely sailed away from us as we just check it down to Tyreek Hill, get ourselves the first down. So yeah, like I said, at this point now, more focused on trying to win this game. But if Andre Johnson is this wide open, I'll just say thank you very much and jog our way into the end zone. Hopefully that's the dagger in this one. We can make our opponent really sweat as he's on offense going against our defense. We'll try to mix up the coverages. Like, even though man coverage is probably the way to go, I'm probably just going to mix up my coverages, mess around. Just, you know, try to get in the opponent's head. And, well, you know, when he thinks one thing's coming, we go to the next and just, like, you know, freestyle. That's basically what we do here. We just freestyle on offense on defense and just have fun with it. We're not going too try hard, but that's a beautiful dime by my opponent, playmakering away from Isaiah Simmons. I thought we would be able to get that one, but McCaffrey gets a little bit further downfield. My opponent's having a pretty good game passing this ball. It's really the fumble that was a bit unfortunate for him because he was moving downfield, and he's moving downfield once again, over 300 yards passing with Lamar Jackson. He's gone away from the run approach, and it's working out for him until now. Do not put your hands in the cookie jar because Isaiah Simmons will not let you get away with it, and we'll try to dagger the game as we go underneath. Oh, Dell. Ouch. Stephon Gilmore laying the lumber, as you see. We got all eyes on Andre Johnson to the point where Tyreek Hill is probably going to be scoring touchdowns every time if I actually gave him the ball because he's being single covered. Like, check out Tyreek. He's like, this guy can't guard me, but I'm just like Andre Johnson in double coverage, and I'm licking my lips. But, yeah, we couldn't even throw that one. So we just scrambled with Patrick Mahomes. 2nd down and 3. Let's get Andre going on the post. Yes, sir. I think we still got time to get Andre Johnson his level master YAC 'em up. We just need one more game so we can take Andre to the end zone. That should do it. Oh, but we are playing with fire, nearly throwing the interception to Keanu Neal. Next play, Andre over the top for the touchdown. That's YAC 'em up. Level master activated one more time, but we won't be able to see it in effect. Even though there's just 14 seconds left, my opponent doesn't want to play the last 14 seconds. He's out of here. So leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed what you guys saw today. Subscribe for more Madden 21 Ultimate Team gameplays. Eventually, we'll be rolling in more MUT whenever they drop new content. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you, as always, for watching.